Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Haziq Fakhruddin bin Baharli. Today, we present about prediction of vehicle fuel consumption based on fuzzy inference system. So, I will introduce my group members. First is Muhammad Shukri Shariful Nizam. Next is me, Muhammad Haziq Fakhruddin bin Baharli. And third one is Ahmad bin Muhammad Kamal. And the last one is Ahmad Afif Daniel bin Rosli. For introduction, fuzzy logic has seen a significant increase in the number and complexity of its application during the last several years. Application for interpreting images such as age detection, further distraction classification, and clustering have used full method. Fuzzy logic can effectively use way of reasoning that are experiment rather than exact by modeling the working of the human mind. Decision and action in classic hard computing are based on accuracy, certainty, and intensity. Contrarily, logic is the study of the element and role of sound reasoning. More specifically, it aims to define the rule that ensure the reliability of deductive argument.
The objective of this research is first to acknowledge the fuzzy logic and second to identify the prediction of vehicle fuel consumption based on the fuzzy inference system. The significance of this study is that the driver will learn how to achieve the goals to save the consumption of fuel. The method of fuzzy inference system will be used as a measure tools to calculate the parameter of engine capacity and speed for the consumption used. Therefore, as a result of this study, we will know how to minimize the energy consumption of a car. Next is literature review. Fuzzy inference is a process of applying fuzzy logic to creating a mapping from a given input to an output. The mapping then serves a base for making decision and identifying the trend. Membership function, fuzzy logic operators, and if-then rules are all used in this fuzzy inference process. The volume of fuel consumed by an automobile to travel a particular distance is measured as a fuel consumption. It is measured in liter per 100 km or gallons per 100 miles in nation that use the imperial measure.
Now I will present fuzzy in real life. For introduction, the technological advance that accompany rapid economic development make energy becoming key issues for the rural community. Cars as a mode of transportation today and the future also continue to progress both in terms of quantity and quality. The size of the current car quality is not only located on the engine capability and comfort, but also on its fuel consumption. This study employed engine capacity and speed as input variable with fuel consumption as the output variable to be predicted. Methods based on data speeds and vertical engine capacity have been developed to forecast fuel consumption of motor vehicle. There are three rule systems in fuzzy inference system. Rule number one, if speed is low and engine capacity is low, then fuel consumption is efficient. Rule number two, if speed is high and engine capacity is low, then fuel consumption is less efficient. Rule number three, if speed is low and engine capacity is high, then fuel consumption is less efficient. The result is Krebs number. So, for the conclusion, predicted motor vehicle fuel consumption has become a critical issue since it is tied not only to the supply of fuel but also to the environmental damage caused. Managing the usage of a motor vehicle fuel is one of the fuel-saving methods. Fuel management is required, particularly for individual car owners. The essential information on motor vehicle fuel consumption and vehicle characteristics is concerned in order to correctly regulate the usage of fuel. This data can be used as a starting point for forecasting the fuel consumption of automobiles.
Okay, this is a fuzzy inference systems framework of input for component and output. Firstly, we have a linguistic input. There's a two speed and engine capacity, and then fuzzy controller. We have fuzzification, fuzzy arithmetic, and applying subtraction. And lastly is the fuzzification. And our output is a full consumption.
For the first step, we need to identify the input and output. As we can see here, we have two input, which is engine capacity and speed, while for the output is fuel consumption, liter per 100 kilometer. For the second step, we need to construct the membership function for input and output. As we can see on the slide, we have three figures that show the membership graph for the input and output.
For the next step, set up fuzzy rule base. We can see from the diagram below. We continue for the step 4, conversion of crisp dataset to fuzzy dataset. The membership function is used to transform numeric input variable into the appropriate fuzzy set during the fuzzy function process. For example, in fuzzy set low, the membership value for vehicle engine capacity is provided as. There is formula how to calculate. Whereas at the membership value for vehicle engine capacity x equal to 1.25 in fuzzy set medium is given as for calculation below.
Okay, the next step is evaluate the fuzzy rule base. Let X be the VEC and Y be the VS and Z be the VFC. Suppose that X 1.3 and Y is 775. Then the combination of fuzzy input with the rule in the fuzzy rule base can be illustrated at the figure below. I will continue with step 6 is conversion of fuzzy output to crisp output. And the below is the membership of VFC. And that's a calculation of VFC. Okay, the next step is implementation in the MATLAB Fuzzy Toolbox. Fuzzy inference system was using 5 editors in MATLAB. Firstly is FS editor design the fuzzy system logic and display the general information of the fuzzy inference system. Secondly is membership function editor is to display the input and output of the membership function. Number three is rule editor, which describe the rule for fuzzy inference system. It also include the choosing for output variable, which are and or. And the fourth is rule viewer is where the result for the output variable will be shown when there is a input variable. And lastly is surface viewer to generate the 3D surface from input variable, which are VEC and VC, and the output as VFC. Okay, lastly is conclusion. Based on this project, it's proof that the system is named fuzzy inference system (FIS). Consistently, a fuzzy set is predictive of its input, which can be fuzzy or scripts. Next, this FIS also can be used as a controller that help to produce fuzzy output. The diversification unit also will accompany this FIS to help in converting the fuzzy variable into a crisp variable. The method in the fuzzy inference system act as the main components. For example, Mamdani is well suited to human input. Next, Mamdani is more interpretable and rule-based. Another method that give benefit in fuzzy inference system is Sugino. This method is computationally efficiency, guarantees output surface continuity, and this method is also well suited to the mathematical analysis.